We have got a jam-packed 100th episode full of national championship talk, full of divisional round talk. Yes, my Bears did not pull it through, but I am still a happy camper for the future. And we've got the championship rounds to talk about. Couple of good games. Probably the Super Bowl on the NFC side. Some bad luck for one team on the AFC side. So I suppose we probably should get to it.
It's the 100th episode. It's the bottom line, and it starts now.
And that's the bottom line. Want a war? You're going to get one.
The cream rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
We should have had like a new graphic or something for the 100 just to kind of spice it up a little bit, don't you think?
Yeah, but I got a pretty expensive IT department. I didn't feel like dropping a couple hundy just to put 100 up on the screen. So it is what it is, man. We're just going to keep saying 100.
100. It's 100. Hey, like I was reminding you by the show, if everybody watching's paying attention to that bottom line, pick 'em results. Ed, you want to ship the big dog to me so I can put that back right here? You want to ship that to me?
Well, it's sitting right back there where it belongs.
Yeah, but you're in
I'm
fourth
not going to
place.
ship it. It's going to cost me about $75. That thing's concrete, man.
Jeez, just let it go.
You'll
It's
have,
only
to,
money.
you'll have to grab it when you come for the opener for the Battlehawks.
Yeah, I will. I wish they'd get that out. I wish they would get that out so I know what day it was. I hope it's not
tomorrow,
Easter.
Matt. That's
I know.
tomorrow.
I
That's
know.
what they say is tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we'll
Stay
see.
tuned. Stay tuned. The bottom line might be back again tomorrow night for a quick schedule reveal.
Hey Jay, I don't know if you haven't been listening, but thanks for the happy 10th episode. That was in season 1. I'm guessing you probably meant 100, but we'll call it.
Yeah.
But we'll make fun of you later, Jake. You're gonna be on the
That
show.
sounds like something my IT department would have pulled off.
Right?
$200 for a 10.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Big Mike's on. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good night. We got a lot of football to talk about. We got special guests that have been with the show since the get-go that like to antagonize us on the comment line all the time. So certainly we had to bring those guys on. It spices it up a little bit.
Let's bring on the crew, and then we'll get the popcorn ready for topic number 1, and we'll bring on our first guest.
All right. Let's see. Let's bring on Chad. He's got that good-looking shirt on. Even though we lost, Chad, you know what? I'm not that disappointed.
It was tough. I'm not that disappointed either. It was a hell of a season. The boys played with a lot of guts, and hopefully our coach learned some lessons about when to kick field goals, when to go for it on fourth, when not to go for it on fourth, what kind of play to run on fourth down, what kind of play not to run on fourth down. It was a growing experience for everyone involved.
It's one of those. Me. It's one of those. But here's the deal, and Ed, you would agree to this. There is not a Bears fan on the planet that if you said, listen, NFC North division champs, losing the division around to the team that everybody thought was going to win the Super Bowl in overtime, will you take that season? Every Bears fan would have went, I'll take that. I'll take that season.
Okay, so now that you said that, let's shut the hell up about our NFL. That hour segment.
Let's bring the other Bears. Let's bring the other Bears fan on. Coming to
look at that handsome devil
from the deep south.
From the dirty south. Dirty. Yeah, I'm still in mourning, but I agree with the fellas.
Yeah.
I'm moving on.
Moving on. Now we still got a few games left. Better bring on KJ to complete.
Woo! Let's go! Happy 100th. Leftover party favors that weren't used for New Year's.
Yeah, I told Ed KJ, I said we should have had like a whole deal made up, and he's
we need some more favors for sure.
Our IT person's a little spendy, so we couldn't get. We figured that probably didn't
Yeah,
make
don't
much
bother
sense.
bringing up those great ideas before 7:58. Go on in 2 minutes.
Well, ironically enough, the bottom line is not all that we do. So the wheels weren't spinning until about 5 minutes before the show. So yeah. Hey, let's kick this off, Ed. What do you think?
I think so. I think. Well, first off, Brett. Do we have any quick hitting UFL news that you want to hit quick before we?
It
get
is
started?
the eve before the big reveal of the schedule. So
There's been a couple events that were moved today. Columbus event and the Birmingham event, fans event for inclement weather. They've been rescheduled. We'll post that tomorrow. If we come back on tomorrow, we're expecting the schedule revealed tomorrow. They've said it for weeks. I imagine it'll be for 8:30 in the morning. And hopefully me and Ed can come on tomorrow night and discuss that. Magoo, the ex-Birmingham Stallions quarterback, just retired. There's been some other signings today, including Bob Stoops' son from Oklahoma was signed by the Dallas Renegades like a month after Bob Stoops retired, which is what it is. But we got a bunch to talk about tomorrow with UFL, so we'll save that until then.
That's right, and we're going to have KJ joining us too tomorrow night. The only thing I'll say is if there's a schedule reveal tomorrow and Birmingham plays on Easter, Brett will be out. So
Mother's Day.
Join KJ and I tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll probably get banned off every other social media platform that I'm not banned on right now. But, some people, they can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. You remember that? That was a great line in that movie. Sorry, guys. I'm a movie buff.
You just got to go woosah.
So that means that on record time at 8:10, we're already can start in our college segment. So to discuss our college segment, we're going to bring on, we're going to kind of spend the 100th episode bringing on some of our loyal listeners to the show and getting their thoughts on some of our hot topics we got tonight. And the first topic couldn't be any hotter, and we thought, if you want to get your popcorn ready, what better than to pit Eric against his most favorite loyal listener, John. Let's bring John on.
The Golden Domer, is that his nickname? We got to give everybody a nickname.
Yeah, for sure. Or the past. John,
Oh.
the past.
That's like a Nebraska guy.
Yeah,
So just to start things off, John, I want to bring up a point, and I'll let you comment.
The only person I can hear is KJ.
Oh, you can't hear us? That's not good.
No.
Audio working?
So KJ,
All I can hear is KJ.
Okay, so KJ, we're going to put up the very first topic. Eric will put it up. And you kind of fill John in so John can comment on it.
Yep. So our first question of the roundtable this evening, John. What's with Notre Dame's head coach's Marcus Freeman being on the set of College Game Day for the pregame of the national championship? What's your thoughts seeing that? What do you think their intent was behind it? Elaborate.
Oh, that was Notre Dame just putting Marcus out there to, he played both teams. We beaten Indiana last year. The only team to beat Indiana recently. But I just assume it was for Notre Dame to have representation at the national championship game, I assume. I don't know. No idea why he was there.
I kind of took it as in it was a way, as Notre Dame got a lot of negative PR during their declining of the bowls and stuff like that. That I think that having him on the set was nothing more than to kind of soften things a little bit as far as the public opinion of Notre Dame, and seeing the nice Marcus Freeman, the mellow guy, the
I can't hear anybody.
everybody likes, probably did.
KJ, have him log out quick and have him come back on. I don't know what happened, why he can't hear
Johnny
us.
might try hopping off and hopping back in just to see if that clears up the audio issue.
Baby, tell him to restart his phone for real.
Yeah.
We had the same problem before we went live.
But yeah, I mean, I
That
agree.
just gives you an idea, guys. This stuff just doesn't happen overnight.
No.
I mean, when
It's a well-oiled
the
machine.
five of us get on here and everything runs perfectly, it doesn't just happen.
There he is.
No, matter of fact, I was backstage 1 minute beforehand yelling and cussing until I figured out my picture. So
Can you hear us, John?
Well, yes. Unfortunately, I can hear you, Eric.
There's the John David we know.
That's more like it.
There we go.
What I
Just set
said,
up an epic
John,
roast right there.
what I said, John, before I turn it over to you, I said that I think that the whole reason why they had Marcus Freeman on the pregame show with the College Game Day was to kind of soften the banner a little bit with Notre Dame, being Notre Dame took the stance they did with the bowl season, and just to kind of make everybody like Notre Dame again. What do you think?
No, I mean, after watching Here Come the Irish and hearing what the players had to say, they didn't have their full complementary of players. They wouldn't represent the Notre Dame team of this year. So that's kind of why they backed out, is what they said on Here Come the Irish.
So we've talked about this in the past with all the players opting out and different things in the bowl games. I mean, this pretty much to me signals the end of the bowl games. Doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the bowl games, what are you proving? You're just collecting a paycheck at that point, right?
Well,
I mean, you're
yeah.
not playing for anything.
Oh, sure you are. You're playing for a Pop-Tarts, whatever. You're playing for a Dr. Pepper bottle trophy. I mean, come on.
You're playing for 20 more practices. You're playing for more game experience. These kids get that much more practice time. They get another game. They get to go someplace, hopefully fun and not cold and frozen. But I think that's I don't think they're ever going to go away. I differ from you guys. You guys all think that the bowl games are eventually going to go away. I don't think they
Too much money.
I don't think they're useless. Yeah.
Well, and it proved Iowa's better than Vanderbilt too. But
That's another great point. Like,
here's the thing, though.
Mizzou beat Ohio State last year. Would that really happen if it was a regular season game? Probably
not. I mean, the problem is when we were growing up, there was, 10, 12 bowls. And now we've got, 35 or whatever the number is. They have watered it down and tainted the bowl so much to where, I mean, it's like the Birmingham Bowl this year. You had a team with a losing record playing another team nobody cared about. They done played each other twice earlier this year. They're from the same conference. And you have it on a Monday where it's like 38 degrees, 11 o'clock on a Monday when everybody's at work, and 5,000 people show up. I mean, it's just.
Hey, Brett, that's still more than you guys draw for UFL.
Yeah. hey, I'm the first one to bag on the Birmingham Stallion.
I just had to get a shot in there.
Hey. Well, you definitely didn't get any shots in during the playoff season, so.
No, we did not. No, we did not.
Well,
it's okay.
But I actually pulled for Notre Dame. I'm a rare Alabama fan that pulls for Notre Dame, and they definitely deserve to be in the playoffs, so I don't know what they're going to do to fix this moving forward.
Well, they need to go to 16 and then go to 24, like everybody else does.
That's exactly what Chad was saying too.
Yeah, Chad is a big fan of going to 24.
No,
I know he is. He loves it. He's going to die on that cross.
So I'll tell you who was part of that 5,000 fan bowl game in the middle of the workday. KJ, you went to the Vanderbilt game, didn't you? Or was that the Tennessee game you went to?
Yeah, no, the Music City Bowl.
That was in Nashville.
Yeah.
Okay.
So KJ, you went to the bowl, and I'm sure it was fun and everything, but I mean, I didn't watch it on TV. I don't know if anybody here did.
I mean, I think it was an excellent game. It came down to the wire. Unfortunately, Tennessee did what Tennessee typically does. That aside, though, I will say, I mean, you couldn't have looked at that field at any one moment during that game and thought these guys don't care about this game. Like they're not vested, interested in playing. Like everyone, I mean, it was a knockdown, drag out, a well fought game. Not to mention the elements made it even that more immersive, if you will. I know there's not a lot of true, honest to goodness football fans out there, especially when you look at the pros, because all the stadiums are going interior now. But it is what it is. But no, I think it was well worth it. It was fun. It was enjoyable. I mean, huge bragging rights, I'd say, for all the Illinois fans. I mean, they were rowdy and rambunctious as can be.
Yeah.
Especially after pulling off the win.
But
like Ed said, the Vanderbilt Iowa game was fantastic as well. I enjoyed that one.
But to John David's point, I mean, did they have everybody? I mean, here's the deal.
This is my bucking conundrum with this, and it's just this isn't even like coming from an underdog standpoint. It's more the mindset of the only reason we're all saying this is because it's a bowl game. To going back on to flip John David's comment on its head, saying these teams would play differently in the regular season. Okay, maybe that's true, maybe that isn't. But on the flip side, the only reason some teams are even contemplating not going to it is because it has the bowl game label. Take that away. I mean, the players' vested interest is still the same. There's still as much interest in one team facing another. I mean, I think this is more of a admin, the top powers that be making the decision to say whether they make the choice of saying, we're not going to put our brand brand status on the line to go to a bowl game because of X, Y, and Z miscellaneous factors. Like it's kind of petty and stupid, in my opinion.
But my point to that is, and I use this example. Okay, Miami goes to the national championship this year. Some would argue they were in Notre Dame's place. Iowa State and Miami played in a bowl game last year. Cam Ward plays the first half.
Mm-hmm.
So as an Iowa State fan or an Iowa fan or whatever fan of the bowl, I mean, you really can't look at that and say, well, I mean, we beat Miami. Right?
Well, I understand your point. I guess my caveat to that is to say, like, okay, let's look at, what is it, week 12, week 10, the last week of the season. Is that what teams do teams get a pass on that when they lose the game? Do they still get into the playoff because they look at the roster and say they had, a third or a quarter of their roster injured?
Well,
no, it doesn't account for anything.
I understand that, but that's due to injury. That's not due to saying, hey, I'm going to the NFL. Like, I'll ask John David this. Okay, Notre Dame decides to play the bowl game.
Right.
Okay, Love decides he's not playing. Few defensive pieces. Yeah. A receiver, number one receiver's not playing. Maybe an offensive tackle's not playing.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Notre Dame loses. And then what happens?
Everybody's like, oh, look, they didn't deserve to be there.
They didn't deserve to be there. I mean, quite honestly, even though, I give John David shit about it, what did Notre Dame have to gain by playing a bowl game? I mean, you can make the argument that, there were seniors on that team that, aren't going to the NFL, and it was potentially their last game. And I get all that. But what did Notre Dame as a program have to gain by that?
Nothing.
That's for anybody. What did Notre Dame have to gain?
Well, if they smashed their opponent, they could have been like, "Look, we told you."
Right. I'll say that's even further.
Right, but that's the one thing that could have happened. There's 3 or 4 negative things that could have happened that would have been adversely affected Notre Dame the other direction.
All that does is support my notion and my mindset of the argument that it's simply a defensive strategy to protect the brand bias. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But we've already acknowledged the fact that it's all money driven. So let's at least quit lying to ourselves and
correct.
Say what it is.
Yeah, you're 100% correct on that. But my question is, why should Notre Dame play that? I mean, we can throw out all it's money driven. Yeah, we get that. And it's, players weren't playing. Yep, we get that. But why should a brand like that say, yeah, we'll go to a bowl game and potentially get beat and give people all the excuses because we don't have this player playing, half our offensive line, whatever it is. Why do that?
So
because what you're going to – go ahead, Ed.
I was just going to say, I was ready to get the popcorn ready tonight, thinking that we was going to bring John on, and Eric was going to go toe-to-toe. And here we are having a slobber fest about how they agree with each other. Okay, let's forget about Notre Dame. How about the Big 12? Can we get anything out of Big 12?
You mean the Little 12?
There you
I
go.
knew that was coming.
Okay, yeah. All right, now we're on.
Little 12.
Here, I can't wait. I cannot wait for 2 or 3 years down the road.
That's all he had to say.
When the money – I was waiting for Ed to introduce it. But when the money starts pumping into the Texas teams, Texas Tech's already there. Big 12
Texas Tech is already there, but didn't they just get dog walked in the playoffs?
That's because they're John, not because they're Big 12.
Right.
Where's Texas in the top 5 in the recruiting and portal? They're not.
I'm just telling you.
Matter of fact, nobody in the Little 12 was in there.
Do you want to make – I tell you what. I called Texas Tech a year ago and said, watch out for them. And they were in the playoff. You're going to continue to have to watch out for them because they have the money. Kansas, same thing.
When you play the Little 12, you're going to get in. But then when you play a real team, you're going to lose.
You sound like somebody who doesn't have a conference that plays Army and Navy and Georgia A&M, the Colorado School of Blind. I mean,
this is what the Washington public paid for, right here.
I mean, At least we play a conference schedule and we have rivalries and things like that. I mean, like,
you know what the conference is for? Just to fill a schedule. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with anything.
well, but listen,
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that, but
You don't have to, but
right. But the standpoint of it, the standpoint is
but
this.
see, hold on. When the SEC, let's just take the SEC for example.
Shut the fuck up and let John talk.
You see the SEC have their 8 conference games, but everybody else they play is like the Citadel.
Right.
By their own choice.
Yeah. So like, what's the difference between playing the Citadel and playing Virginia Tech?
Well,
Nothing.
the difference is 8 of their games are pretty good, and we'll call 4 of their games dog walks. When you play your 2 toughest games of the year right at the beginning and get beat by both of them, and then you play fill in the blank, Colorado School of the Blind. I mean, Texas
USC.
A&B. Listen,
There is no D in USC. Let's just go ahead and get that.
They're good.
By the looks of the comment line, we need to bring Jay on at this point.
Hey, USC couldn't stop my pack of cats. I mean, look, they've got money. And if Riley will get a defensive coordinator in USC, they could definitely get back to, to being a 10-win team and being a playoff contender. But until – I'm a defensive guy, John Davis. I'm sorry. When you brought up USC, I couldn't – I just – you got to play defense.
But you also have to remember these schedules are made so far in advance.
They are.
I get that.
I mean, like, we play Alabama in, 27, 28?
Right. We were supposed to play a few years ago, but I think you guys waited for Nick to retire.
When that schedule's, what's the – Alabama could be terrible at that point. Could be.
We probably will be.
They are. They could be.
We probably will be.
Right, but the point.
So then when Notre Dame plays them and beats them, you're going to be like, oh, they played the School for the Blind.
Well, no. My point is this: when you're in a conference, you can't hide or you can't use that excuse of, well, these are schedules are made out so far. Because when you're in the Big Ten, you're going to run into Ohio State, you're going to run into Oregon, you're going to run into Indiana, you're going to run into Penn State at some point. You can't get away from it. But Notre Dame,
David, that Notre Dame's ever going to join a conference? Do you ever? I mean, honestly,
I don't believe they will until they're forced to do it. But I don't think they'll be forced to do it. But you also have to look at if you're a team like Alabama, Georgia, why would you want to split all that championship money you're getting with everybody else, right?
I mean, I get it. I do.
Notre Dame going to the championship game made what, $80 million, something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Notre Dame got plenty of money.
They got to keep all that money for themselves.
I mean,
why would you want to join a conference and then be the only team that's in there? Because they'd be joining the ACC if they do. They'd be the only good team in there, besides Miami, maybe.
Now that would be fun. Now that he's back pretty good, that would be fun because I remember when you guys used to play every season,
and that was first convents.
Yes, that was some games back in the day.
So John David, what font and what ass cheek are you going to have tattooed on Eric's ass? Your name. So what kind of font? Are you going to get real artistic?
No.
Do you want right or left?
Or you want my name
Eric on one butt cheek? You want to put John on one butt cheek?
This is where Chad
and then a little fighting leprechaun on the other butt cheek. He'd be like,
there you go.
Yeah, right up in the middle on the tramp stamp is the fighting leprechaun.
Yeah. Here's Jay's comment. And I'm going to let John jump in on this one too. I'm sorry, but I don't think the other conferences can handle an SEC schedule. I'm going to tell you this, Jay. The days of the SEC are numbered. And the Big Ten is going to make the SEC their little bitches. And there's reasons for that are completely out of your control.
You gotta remember, the SEC's got 2 Texas schools too with a lot of money. Texas and Texas A&M.
But you can't count those teams because you don't even accept them in the SEC. They're the redheaded stepchild that you guys don't really count.
In another decade, we're going to start accepting the Aggies, okay? It's a slow process. We're old school down here. You know we are. We move a little slower than everybody else. And by the time I'm dead and gone, they'll start accepting the Longhorns. Not yet, but
right.
You got to keep this in mind. The SEC acceptance standards for students in the Big Ten and everybody else are vastly different. So
you know,
the SEC is always going to be able to get those iffy educational kids that are great football players into play where they're not going to be able to get in.
Hey, you say that, but me and Eric had this conversation the other day because he was talking about, you got all these requirements. Look, it's all about money now. You think they ain't whitewashing them requirements? Because there's a kid that just transferred from Notre Dame, and literally verbatim, I spoke to a big booster from that school, and they said, Brett, he can't spell his damn name. He's now in Notre Dame. So did they shift those requirements a little bit, or
happening? That's happening. I'm telling you, the whole requirement thing is going to disappear. I mean, it just is. I mean,
that's right.
Carson Beck came out yesterday, I believe it was, or maybe it was right after that, and said, I'm really only graduated. I haven't taken a class in 2 years. It's like, Jesus Christ.
That's a problem.
It is. That's
going
nowhere.
Isn't Carson Beck like 28?
He's
27.
He's
like
Pavia's 25, isn't he?
I think so.
What is 9th year in college?
But
that goes back to the bowl thing. I think if we just simply were to adjust the portal dates, which we talked about that before, I think that would
Carson Beck's only 23.
It would be a perfect solution, but it would definitely
23
on the field of people leaving schools early and causing schools to contemplate not participating.
Well, but the problem with that, KJ, is
they're not regulating anything.
There is no problem with it. The problem is it's probably not gonna happen.
They're not gonna do it. I mean, this is exactly why. And I'll ask John Day what he thinks, because I know how Chad feels. This is what Chad's been pimping the whole time on the show. I think the bowl games will eventually go away. They're going to go to a 16 or a 24 team playoff. They have college football has no business playing until January 19th. And I think the NCAA recognizes that. So if you start the playoff, a week or whatever after the season, and you don't have a huge gap until the first round of college football playoff, games happen, right, you're going to keep momentum all the way through, and you're going to be done with the college football playoff prior to or close to the start of the NFL playoffs. Why
do we play Saturday night every week? And then, like somebody mentioned the other night, and the game's Monday night, they thought, it just seems like the season's already over. Like, why in the hell would you play a national championship game on a Monday night? Like, what are we doing?
They don't want to butt up to the NFL.
Yeah, the NFL.
Yeah. Nobody wants to play that game.
Yeah, the 10-ton gorilla.
That was the one thing that they talked about is like, why do you want to compete with the NFL in the NFL's biggest time? So have the national championship kind of be the kickoff to the NFL playoff season instead of having it in between the divisional round and the championship games. I mean, not that the ratings for the championship game are going to be bad or anything, but they're like, why do we continue to do this?
Well, we definitely can't start the season any sooner because you talk to me and KJ, it's brutal ass hot down here at the end of August and 1st of September, and it's not safe for the players. So they can't start the season earlier than what they're starting. So,
Yeah, they can. They just get rid of week 0.
Yeah, there's I'd give one.
I mean, you get rid of week 0, you're done.
And I think
January 1st.
So if Navy Army sticks around, you want to do that to make up for that 1 week of like championship game play. so that you can, to Eric's point, flow right into a playoff bracket system.
Right.
I don't think the bowl games would go away from a
No, they would just be added to the playoffs, just like what they've done now. Yeah.
The final rounds.
Yeah, I mean, if the bowl game stick around, it's fine. I'd be honest with you. I think I watched maybe 2 bowl games all the way through. I watched Iowa and Vanderbilt, and I want to say I watched at least one more.
You didn't watch the Iowa State game?
No, we couldn't play.
That's right. They backed out too.
We only had 16 players on the roster, so there wasn't really what we could do about it.
That's one school I can legitimately give a pass on. Like,
that'd have been some true 1912 football.
That would have been Yale.
When I was in high school, we played both ways, and it doesn't me.
Yeah, we had 16 guys, and a kicker was one of them. So, I mean, we were down to 15 players.
Hey,
so.
McAfee made tackles when he punted.
Yeah, well, Conrad, he's not him. So, but I mean, yeah, I just think that the NCAA, and they won't act. I mean, they won't do anything. And also what they talked about was if you pull everything back closer to the end of the season, now the portal dates and the coaching, you don't have all this crap going on where Lane Kiffin's leaving before he coaches his team in the playoffs, or, players are leaving. But I mean, you can eliminate that, and you can set better dates so you don't have any of those types of things happening too. I mean, it makes too much sense for the NCAA to do anything like that.
Right.
But that's what it does. It truly would fix. You can make the portal dates make sense. You can do all those things.
Yeah, you have the championship game.
Yeah,
January 1st. Portal opens the 2nd. Coaches could leave the 2nd.
Yep. And you don't have any.
It's not that hard to fix.
In the long run, I think it would be more profitable for them. To your point, Eric and Brady, you brought up the Birmingham bowl game. It's like, yeah, even if those non-necessary or true legitimate contender teams make it into the bracket, it would bolster the attendance for those respective first, second round bowl games. Dollars and cents go up, viewership goes up. I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Like, I think it would naturally bolster all of that.
Here's the question for you boys. So you go to 24-team playoff. So what do you shrinking the regular season to? Down from 12 to what?
It's another thing you got to look at.
Yeah, because you're going to do.
What does Division 2 do?
Revenue.
And what, Chad?
Now you're missing out on all that TV revenue. They're not going to do it. They're not going to shrink the regular seasons. Now these kids are playing. What are they playing? 16 games, 17 games? They're
getting paid, Chad. They're getting paid to play.
Yeah, they're not.
Here's the deal.
You think the kid that goes down on the kick coverage team and he plays 7 plays a game, you think he gets paid?
Hey, so that's
he will eventually.
It's a casualty. I mean, seriously, like if they're going to turn college, if they're going to allow college football to become what it's become, I mean, as a fan, I look at it and say, well, that's kind of tough shit then.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
This is why the NCAA is going to go away.
I hope so. It's going to, but I hope so.
Well, I mean, talk about having your cake and eat it too. You know how it incenses me about this whole NIL deal. And they're getting paid, and now they get to, they're also still deciding if they want to opt out of the bowl games or not. At what point is somebody going to be smart enough to make it mandatory that if you're signing these NIL deals and you're getting paid $100,000 or $250,000 or $500,000, whatever they're getting paid, depending on the position they play, you don't get to pick and choose what, you're an employee. It's a job. You don't get to pick and choose when you're going to play and when you're not going to play.
They're trying to avoid that. They don't want them to be employees. They're students. Now the question is, does the student who works in the cafeteria washing dishes, is he an employee or is he a student?
He don't get paid $500,000 to wash them damn dishes.
Oh, he could. How good is he?
$6 million.
Yeah, but here's the difference, Chad, why that doesn't hold water. The guy washing dishes in there, when I went to college, you go look up on the board and they got all sorts of jobs that you can do for the college if you want to make a little extra money. And you take one of the slips and you call them and you get a job, or you don't. or you don't. Well,
Yeah.
you don't have to play football either. But if there's a potential that you're going to play 16 games, I guess don't play then. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Indiana played 16 games this year.
I'm just saying.
I mean-
I'm just saying. This is going to be a lot, and the NCAA is not equipped to handle everything that's
Anything.
going to be coming its way.
Nothing.
they handle anything.
They don't handle anything.
I
know.
Jesus. You present something that makes complete rational sense to the NCAA, and they're going to do this.
Yeah.
It's just what they do. And
Well, they just need to get together and just walk away from the NCAA now and just try and fix this thing, because the NCAA just keeps making a bigger and bigger mess.
well, and you know, we've talked about this. Nobody wants to see Alabama play the Citadel.
No.
Nobody.
Borrow Miss playing the Citadel.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. The first thing that they have to do is they've got to get rid of the Power Five, you know, the also ran conference, whatever.
But you got to remember too, Eric. You know, but now SEC's fixed to go to non-conference games, so there'll be 3 potential weekends, especially with what happened with Texas and Ohio State earlier this year. But I mean, a lot of these schools, the Sisters of the Poor that the SEC always plays, say the next to last week, the week before the rivalry week, those schools get paid anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million to come to Alabama or come to LSU, and that funds literally their whole most of their athletic program the whole year. So what are you going to do to those smaller schools? How are they going to
They're
get
all screwed.
Well,
They're
I
all
also
screwed.
don't think those schools should be going to Alabama. Alabama should be going to those schools so they make more money.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't. You know what I'm saying? You can put 100,000 in Bryant Denny, or 90,000 in South Bend, or whatever. A lot of these schools don't have those big old stadiums. I mean, you look at 10, 15, 20,000 seats. So I mean,
It'd be the biggest attendance they'll ever have.
oh well, there's no doubt about that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, with concessions, tickets, parking.
Yeah,
But
There's no question.
I don't think they're ever going to get rid of the cream puff games, because everybody thought that once they weren't going to get as much credit for beating those teams, that they would get rid of those games, and they have not. Those games are still there. There's still, every team's playing 2 or 3 of them.
Right.
I mean, so I just don't see that changing. I thought it was going to inspire them to stop playing these games, and it has not. They just keep playing them.
Well, with what happened with Texas and Ohio State this year, and again, I was all for Notre Dame getting in the playoffs, because at the end of the season, they were definitely a top 12 team, period. It wasn't even a question. No matter who they played, we've all got eyes. We watch football. We watch it religiously. You could tell they were a top 12 team. I just don't know. I just don't know what you do moving forward with something like that.
Well, you got to get rid of the non-Power 5 schools. They're just not in it. They just can't be in it.
Well, what I'm saying is, if Texas would not have played Ohio State the first game of the year when Texas was not ready, and they lost to Ohio State, that definitely knocked Texas out of the playoffs. It did. I think we can all see that. If Texas doesn't play that game, they were in the playoffs. So, and at the time, they were playing better than Alabama and probably deserved to be in over Alabama. And that's me saying that, but they didn't make it to the conference championship game, and they lost. The Florida game was, I guess the nail in their coffin, but they've got to stop. We all want everybody to play competitive games all 12 weeks, right? Regular season. But what happened to Texas this week, or this year, it's going to do the exact opposite of that. I would be shocked if Texas still plays Ohio State next season.
And this is where you can make the argument, Jay said about the SEC earlier. I mean, the SEC is a lot closer to each other than they ever have been. And does that make the SEC the power conference? I mean, why did the SEC have, 6 teams, Brett?
Yeah.
I don't think, and Brett, I think you would agree with this. The Big Ten, as far as at the top, it's the SEC is not there anymore.
No, it's not. But keep in mind, we've talked about this before. Everything is cyclic. Before mine and your time, Eric, it was the Big 12 or the Southwest Conference.
Right.
Then it was the Big 10. Then forever it was SEC. Now it's starting to go back to the Big 10 again. There's so many things in play. I'm still curious, like you said, with the SMUs and the TCUs and these other schools that have oil money, what's to come the next 2 or 3 years. But I mentioned it to you. I know some people with a little bit of money, and they didn't get that money by pissing it away. I'm real curious to look. There's only one champion every year. Only one champion. How many times these big boosters going to be ponying up 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 million? Same with LSU. Same with.
But like I told you, you're thinking in terms of what every one of us on the screen would be thinking about $30 million. I mean, when we're talking about these billionaires that are given money, $30 million can be a tax error. I mean, seriously.
It's a
I'm not joking.
for sure.
No, they didn't get to be billionaires thinking that $30 million is a tax
No,
error.
but listen, when you get to that point, Booth at Kansas, $30 million is nothing to him. He gave him $300 million. But when they're putting his name up, those guys get to a certain point where it's not so much about the money. It's everybody patting me on the back. It's my name on shit. It's all of that stuff. That's what these guys are angling for now. When you walk on campus, what do you see? You see Booth Stadium in Kansas now. You see that stuff, and I'm going to live forever because my name's on there. That's the kind of stuff those billionaires.
I think where you're going to run into trouble is that guy's $300 million runs out. Now they got to go find another guy with $300 million or $500 million,
or they go back to the same guy. I mean, whatever it is.
And he says, "No, I gave you $300 million.
Yeah.
You didn't win one national title. You pissed it all away."
Because listen, in 10 years, if you've got 20 billionaires that get involved, Mark Cuban is now involved with Indiana,
right?
And you got 20 of them, and in 10 years, only 10 teams can win if nobody wins it twice.
Right.
So that means 10 of those teams that got billionaire funders, guess what? They didn't see a return on their investment. So,
like I said, I know some wealthy people, and it reminds me of that movie. I know I always bring up movies because I'm a movie buff. That line in Wall Street. What's your number? What's the number that can make you walk away and just retire? And his answer, more.
my question.
These people don't get rich because they lucky and they lazy as hell. Most of them bust their ass and come from nothing, and they care where their 10 and 20 and 50 and 100, 150 million dollars go to. I mean, I get what you're saying, but even Feinbaum has mentioned that he has talked to some boosters. I don't know who they are. I don't know what school they represent, but they have already walked away because of how this is being handled and how it's just. They're like, I've got plenty of money. I could do this until I die, but I'm done. I'm not playing this game anymore. So there's going to be some people like that as well.
Oh, sure. There's always going to be that, but there's always going to be money.
That's the time.
Hold on. Yeah, you're right, Ed. We got time.
I mean, it's going to be 3 a.m. before we get done. We're going to. John, thanks for coming. The only parting shot I have for John.
Oh, I got one for Eric and all the Bears fans. The only time I root for the Bears because they're playing the stupid Rams, you couldn't do anything to win the game for us.
See, I blame you. Why
we blew the game? We blew the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's your fault, John. You should have been rooting for us.
Yeah,
I was rooting for you because you guys are playing the freaking stupid Rams.
We don't want that.
You could have made St. Louis so happy, but you couldn't.
Don't worry, Seattle's going to take care of them. Don't worry about that.
Seattle, listen, if we won this week, it was going to be next week. We're going to get crushed. And with every game comes more heartbreak, comes more woulda, shoulda, couldas.
One other thing. if you guys don't start winning, I got to pull Luther out of there because he's a St. Louis kid. And we can't lose.
So
I didn't realize John was a fellow St. Louis there, Ed.
Yeah. And I'll leave him with this parting shot because, you know, the conspiracy theorists are coming out now. You know, they passed that new rule for independence that says as long as Notre Dame is ranked in the top 12 when the regular season is over, they automatically qualify for the playoffs. So right after the national championship game, they come out with the way too early top 25 for 2026. Where do they have Notre Dame ranked? Number 3.
Oh.
Which sets the stage for probably not one loss, but probably 2 losses that still will keep them in the top 12. So it's basically writing Notre Dame's ticket from here on out to always be in the playoffs.
Where do you see 2 losses?
In your schedule? In your schedule, I don't even. You shouldn't even have 1 in your schedule.
We play Miami on November 7th, so.
Listen, Iowa State beat Miami. It's not that big a deal.
Which I might be going to that one. Maybe.
There you go. Well, thanks, John, for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
We'll have you on. We'll have you on again when the time is right. But
when that schedule comes out.
Yeah, UFL.
So, Chad, if I do this properly, I should send him off by saying John, also known as one of the St. Louis Battlehawk super fans. See you later, John. So I got him off before he could disagree with me. So let's hit the other quick college topics so we can.
Let's this one, since we kind of brought this up earlier. 3 national championships in a row for the Big Ten. Can the SEC turn the tables, Brett?
Oh, absolutely they can. You've got a $40 million payroll at Texas and a $35 million payroll at LSU.
We were talking about SEC teams, not Texas.
Well, they're an SEC team, unfortunately. So is an LSU. You know, right now, you know, Big Ten's the big dog. Is SEC horrible and depleted and all that? No, but they're just not. They're just not. Hey, Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas, you know, you can't stay on top forever. Like I said, it's cyclic, and right now, the Big Ten has been. They've been very impressive, whether it's money involved, NIL portal, whatever. Michigan, Ohio State, now Indiana. You got to give them the props.
Well, so you're saying the SEC's had too many fat girls and too much alcohol, so that's what happened with the Mike Tyson comparison.
Oh my God! So, Jesus,
he didn't actually train for that fight, did he?
There goes the focus. So, Brett, go ahead, Ed.
So, now that we've had Michigan, Ohio State, and Indiana, the last 3 national champions. Now that Indiana had the perfect season, 16-0, and won the Natty, what do you guys think? Is Indiana going to be a 1-year wonder, or with Mark Cuban's money, are they going to be a perennial powerhouse with the likes of Michigan and Ohio State in the Big Ten?
They have Signetti.
Yeah, they've got it. What I say earlier, they're graduating 27 seniors. They've got a lot of work.
But they've got
look, to quote the great Nick Saban, because I haven't brought him up yet, and it's 65.
There it is.
Everybody's got a shot.
Yeah.
Everybody on the comment line, grab your shot.
Luke said, getting there is not the problem. Staying there and sustaining it's the problem. Signetti, as long as he's hungry and he's there, Indiana's going to be a 9 or 10 win team every season. They're going to compete for the Big Ten title as long as Signetti is there. But to think they're going to turn around and do this again next year, like you said, with that kind of roster turnover, It's going to be pretty tough.
Well, I don't think also I don't hear any rumors about people rating his coaching staff either, right?
Not yet, but they will.
Well,
They didn't rate Nick's until about the 6th, 7th, 8th year, and they started rating Nick's, and that's a big problem.
Yeah.
What are you hearing, KJ, about Vanderbilt? Because we can all argue that Vanderbilt had an awesome season, only having 2 losses. You're from Nashville. Well, I guess they had 3. They did lose to Iowa, but we won't talk about that game. But what are you hearing from Vanderbilt? Do you think they're going to be able to sustain their program now that they got their head coach locked in?
I mean, I'll concede to Brett's point. I agree. Coaching definitely makes a difference, but at the same token, I mean, I think from what we saw with their play this past season, Pavia's scrappiness also made a big difference. And I don't know who their come-up guy is after him. I don't know who's taking the reins,
The number 2 quarterback in the nation that was committed to Georgia, but Vanderbilt and Mark Lay, how do you pronounce his name? Leahy, whatever. He guaranteed him to start as a freshman. And they did pretty good in the recruiting in the portal. I don't think Vanderbilt's going anywhere. I mean, I don't see him winning 10 games every season, but look, Vanderbilt was used to winning 3 or 4. I think they could absolutely win 7 to 9 games for the next few years. They seem to be pretty good shape.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, regardless of exactly the metrics, the improvement builds excitement, and the excitement is what builds attendance, which brings in more money, which therefore boosts your ability to recruit better. So, I mean, it is kind of, to Brett's point, there is a cyclical, broader process that occurs with all of this. So, I mean, I'm not going to say they're going to fall, to irrelevancy by any means, but I don't know if I would put them as an SEC championship contender. So.
Well, the biggest thing that you're going to see, and Ed, I'm actually going to give the Iowa Hawkeyes props here. What was the Hawkeyes ranked in the way too early rankings for next year?
They were ranked number 16. They ended up in 25. I think the final ranking that come out today or yesterday, didn't they end up 15 or 17, something
like that. But here's where the SEC's had it made for a while, and you're going to start to see this slip. And I think this is where you start to see the grip with the SEC as far as teams in the college football championship and stuff like that. How many teams came out this year in the preseason rankings, Brett? You would know this, that were ranked in the SEC. 8?
Okay. No. Yes. You would ask me, man. That's been since August. 8 or 9. Yeah, I think 8 or 9.
So here's what happens. You get 8 or 9 teams that are ranked, and you saw some teams that kind of showed their colors. They weren't as good, whatever. But there were teams that got their points, if you will, against ranked teams. You're going to start to see those number of teams being ranked out the gate slimming. And you're going to see more Big Ten teams ranked at the beginning than SEC teams. So then now when Big Ten teams play other Big Ten teams that are ranked, even though they may not be that team, now all of a sudden you flip the script and the Big Ten is the power, and they play all these ranked teams. Because we hear,
and they get a little bit of the favoritism now. Yeah.
And I saw Jay posted on here, the SEC schedule. Well, the SEC schedule looks like it does because all these teams are ranked, but should they truly have been ranked? That was always the question. Well, now you're going to start to see more roll toward the Big Ten. And now I can see it already. SEC people are going to come out of the woodwork. Oh, that team's ranked in the Big Ten. This is well, I mean, but that's plain fact of the matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an Alabama basketball fan too. I've seen where Alabama lose a game and drop 5, 6, 7, 8 spots, and then I've seen North Carolina or Kansas or Duke lose a game and drop 2 or 3 spots.
Yep.
And Alabama played a hell of a lot better than what those 3. But name recognition and the brand makes a difference.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right because it's not, but it does.
Yeah.
I mean, you're absolutely correct. And you know what? That's part of it. If you want to be the man, you've got to beat the man. So now the SEC's got to come back and see what they can do. See if they can take that title back.
Right. All
So
right, Ed.
we're like right on time, man.
I love it.
College segment's over. We're ready to go to the NFL. Let's hear from Wild Sun, and when we come back, we'll have our next guest on.
Perfect. Oh, Brett's not back yet. Got to get him out of there. What happened to KJ? I don't know. Some people's kids. Device not connected.
That's okay. The next segment we got coming up is our next guest, and all we need is Chad and him. Eric and I might go ahead and.
Well, I'm just gonna get my popcorn and kind of sit back.
Yeah, we might just go have a beer or something and let these two go at it for half hour or so. So let's kind of set the stage for our next guest. This last weekend, Josh Allen proceeded to not have such a good Josh Allen game that he's been kind of known for spitting out there every now and then. He had.
Let's face it, Ed. This is the kind of game that Superman had.
And so the question then becomes, did Josh Allen cost Sean McDermott his head coaching job? So with that being said, let's bring on our next guest. Chad knows him very well. He goes by the name of Jay. Let's bring him on.
That was a catch, Chad, by God. You know it. I know it. It was a damn catch.
Jay, that was the best outcome for you.
I can't hear you.
Oh.
I see your lips moving. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me, Jay?
Uh-oh. Can you hear me, Jay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so let's do the same thing that John did. Why don't you go ahead and back out and come back in one more time, and maybe it'll work.
Yes, sir.
That's odd. Of course, that's how it would work tonight. The 100th episode just can't go nice and smooth and just.
Like I said,
I wouldn't want it to.
We run a very tight production. What happens with us just doesn't happen. So,
yeah.
To have first timers have a little trouble. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear it? Can you hear me, Jay?
Can you hear us?
All right, he's got us.
Dad, you see I've moved on. You see the hat? You see the shirt?
Yeah, moved on. Jay, and I say this with all sincerity. This was the best option for the Bills. They weren't going to win the Super Bowl. It wasn't going to happen. So you didn't even want to make the Super Bowl because if you make the Super Bowl, McDermott
hell I did.
Job.
Hey,
That's
Jay,
where you're wrong, my
hey,
friend. I wanted that damn Super Bowl.
Hey, Jay,
What, you weren't gonna win?
Try turning your phone, Jay. See if
You
that'll
turn it the other way, we can get you a bigger
Can you
picture.
turn your phone the other way.
Turn it
Like that?
sideways. Turn it sideways.
Turn it sideways.
Your phone sideways.
How about that?
There you go.
we go.
There you go.
Perfect.
It did.
Perfect.
Oh,
Oh.
he just hit the button.
Oh, God.
Jeez. Well,
Hey,
here.
what to expect out of an Auburn fan? Let's just be honest.
You said that without him on. That's impressive, Brett. Good job.
Let's see if we can get him to dial in one more time before.
Come on, Jay. You had it. He had it, and then he pushed that button.
There we go.
Oh,
I got it, Ed. Ed, knock it off. There we go.
I swear to y'all, I'm not a Bama fan. I'm not.
So
what you're saying, Jay, is you don't have 11 toes. Is that what you're
I do
saying?
not. And I'm not a tard.
hey, and you don't have 18 national championships either.
I got 9, by God. All we got to do is just add 9 more next year. We're good.
And you're not married to your second cousin, so you're good.
No, sir. No, sir. I just sound like I am.
So,
Jay,
we're still waiting for you to answer the question. Do you think Josh Allen's performance cost Sean his job?
It didn't help, that's for sure. They still had a chance to win the game, and that was a damn catch, Chad. You can argue with me all you want to. That was a catch.
Well, if it's a catch in that game, then, they did the same thing. They called it an interception in the Denver game, but they called it a catch when
down by contact.
Bears.
Yeah.
Because,
You're right.
the exact same thing happened, and they called Adams down by contact.
And they said they reviewed that play and that he didn't have possession of the ball. It looked to me like he did, and his knee was down. And it is what it is now. Like I said, I moved on. See me, Brett?
you and Brett can get behind that together. That's sweet. That's adorable.
So
hey, we love it, buddy. We love it. Giddy up.
So Jake, I have no ill feelings towards the Buffalo Bills, and it's with all sincerity when I say losing was the best thing to happen, because history doesn't lie. History doesn't lie. You are not going to win.
Talk about the coaching the 5 games and 5 years and all that.
Yes. Yeah.
He's a firm believer in that.
I am a firm believer until
because
it happens otherwise. I just can't go against it.
Why are you a firm believer, Chad? Because it's never happened.
Happened. It never happened.
Good point.
If you and the thing about it is, so I'll ask you this, Jay, because I'm a Josh Allen fan.
Yes, sir.
My biggest reason why I believe McDermott needed to go, one, Chad's 5-year point. They were past that. Was it year 8, Chad?
8 or 9.
8 or 9. That's the first thing. But the second thing is Buffalo cannot afford to waste Josh Allen's prime years. They can't.
That's true.
And so I unfortunately, I was rooting for the Bills. I picked the Bills to win, but them losing is not in the grand scheme of things for Josh Allen, because here's what could have potentially happened. They win that game, and then they go and lose to New England, let's say. Okay, now you're one step.
Who they split with in the regular season now?
Correct, but I'm just setting a scenario. So they go and they play New England and they lose in New England. Now what? Now you've made it to another AFC Championship game. You've lost another one, and you could potentially be stuck with McDermott. And I say stuck with McDermott because I just don't think Allen and McDermott together were going to get it done. And the unfortunate part for Buffalo now is, where do they go? Stefanski's in Atlanta.
Don't want him.
Harbaugh's in New York.
I want Tomlin.
You want Tomlin?
I do.
Let me give you another statistic that you may change your mind on then.
I know what you're saying. He loses in the playoffs just like McDermott. I know what you're saying.
If you look at the success of defensive coaches in the Super Bowl in the last 10 years, it's not good.
No, it's not.
If I was a Buffalo fan, I mean, I respect the heck out of Tomlin. I mean, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if I were a Buffalo fan, I would be doing the same thing that I was doing as a Bears fan. If they hire another defensive coach, I'm going to lose my mind. You have Josh Allen. You want Josh Allen to be in that room when they hire a head coach, and Josh Allen, and they look over at Josh Allen, they say, "What do you think?" And Josh Allen goes like this. That's what Buffalo needs. Buffalo needs an offensive mind that's going to look at Josh Allen and say, okay, we know what his strengths and weaknesses are, and we are going to play to them fully. Go out and get yourself a defensive coordinator that you trust, but put the offensive mind in the head coaching role. Look how it worked for the Bears this year. Oh, my God. I mean, so – while Mike Tomlin might be a big name, Mike Tomlin is not your answer in Buffalo. I firmly believe that.
From everything I hear, he wants to take at least a year off before he coaches again.
Well, plus
my thing is this: you gotta ask yourself. Do we want a coach that's going to carry you to the playoffs every year? To find a coach that could potentially lead you to a Super Bowl in the future? Or have you just set your program back 3 to 5 years?
Buffalo doesn't have that kind of worry because you have Josh Allen. When you have the quarterback figured out, you're going to be relevant. Now, if you didn't have Josh Allen and they fired McDermott, yeah, I mean, then I would probably agree with you. It's like, well, Buffalo is going to be irrelevant. But Josh Allen's not going anywhere. They're not going to be irrelevant. What they've got to do is they've got to find a guy that can work with Josh Allen, that understands his abilities and understands where he's the best at. But
Eric, are you given? You know, I realize that Josh Allen is Superman, and everybody thinks he's this unbeatable quarterback. But if you look at Josh Allen can be Josh Allen's biggest enemy.
Yeah, he was Clark Kent Sunday.
If he continues to have those games where he turns the ball over 4 and 5 times a game, what really makes him any different than any other quarterback? If he can't get them past the first couple rounds of the playoffs, how can he still be called this exceptional?
I heard that damn phone booth from him.
Well, here's my response to that. If you look at Kansas City, for example, Patrick Mahomes has won 3 Super Bowls. Okay.
Yep.
And I believe in each of those years, Kansas City had a top 10 defense. Not number 1, not even necessarily top 5, but they had a top 10 defense.
Right.
Okay. I don't believe Josh Allen's ever had that. When you look at Patrick Mahomes' earlier years, the first Super Bowl, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce for all of them, and receivers, whatever. I mean, most of us can't even name, outside of Kincaid, and a couple of the tight ends, we can't even name Buffalo's receivers. I mean, that's where Josh Allen has gotten that nickname, because what he has done has certainly, and his comparisons to Mahomes are always going to be there, he has certainly done more with less. He just doesn't have Super Bowl.
No doubt.
That's where I would say why, he gets that moniker of being Superman is because, reaching the AFC Championship, him getting there with a top 25 defense, if you will, unlike the Mahomes era where he's top 10 defense along with a really good offense. I mean, and receivers that's where I see the difference anyway. I mean, does anybody disagree with that? I mean, that's where I see the difference.
Well, that's another reason why McDermott needed to go, was because here he was, this defensive-minded coach, and the defense was not good.
Right.
It wasn't good. I mean, they stepped up and played better in the playoffs this year, but they are not a good defense. And when that's what you're leaning on, that's not good. You need to go out and get you an offensive coach, and whoever that may be, whether it's you promote Drew Brady or OC, or if you go out and get Mike McCarthy, or whoever it's going to be, Clint Kubiak. You need to get yourself an offensive-minded coach. And you've I don't know what happened with Keon Coleman. Maybe you're a big Bills guy, but I mean they just had him.
Only thing I heard was he missed team meeting, and I don't believe that's the whole story. That's all I've heard.
Well, I don't know if you heard this, Chad. Did you hear today what happened? So
threw him under the bus.
Bean, who is the general manager, was in a press conference with the owner. I don't know how you do this as an owner, but he did it. They were talking about the coaching staff and the decisions that were made. And the owner basically said, listen, Bean is a team player. He did not want Keon Coleman. It was the coaching staff that wanted him. But because he's a team player, Keon Coleman was drafted when he was drafted by the Bills. Like the owner realizes Keon Coleman's still a part of the Buffalo Bills, right? I mean,
well, you tried to scare the kid.
I mean, holy buckets! Like they were talking about today.
What did Keon Coleman do? What did he do? He missed a couple of meetings.
I didn't hear what he did. Jay mentioned that he missed meetings, or, whatever. Meetings. But I mean, it was just like I've never heard an owner talk about a current player on the roster like he was talking about. Like nobody wanted him but the coaching staff, and here he is. I'm like,
and he's still here, yeah.
And he's still here. Like I was like, ooh, that's a little rough. If I'm Keon Coleman, I'm like, I want out yesterday.
Yeah, he's gonna give 100% from now on.
I would think. I mean, that would be a big wake up call for me, I guess, if I was him. But
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded before or at the draft. Then, if that's how they feel.
When does free agency open back up, fellas?
I don't think he did any work in the other ones. I think the tight ends are our strength as far as receivers.
Yeah, but that's part of the problem, though.
Yeah,
you guys keep recycling everybody else's receivers, and it's. I mean, I could see the coaching staff trying to. And Shakir shows up every now and then and has a play, but you guys need an alpha wide receiver in the modern NFL. You can't get by without one. And
hey, now you got what about the job Brandon Cooks did? Now, I mean, he's the one that supposedly had the interception took from him, but I mean, he actually played some ball last game. He caught some passes that pretty spectacular. But then you got Palmer on the other side, and he was a mediocre receiver who did he play for the Chargers? He was mediocre at the Chargers, and somebody decided, hey, let's get us a mediocre receiver. That don't make sense. I'm with you.
I did look it up, Jay, as KJ pointed out here. Buffalo not being a top 10 defense this year, ESPN has them at 6.
Oh, okay. I stay corrected.
They're 7th in total yards, 2nd in passing game, and the defensive line is rated top 5 by PFF for 2025.
What about points against?
It does not have points in here that I'm looking at. Anyway, that was overall yards.
That's hard to believe because I'm with Chad on that because I mean, every team all season long ran straight through Buffalo like they wasn't there.
KJ, do you have points
I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed that.
Me neither. Especially in the past where you've seen it where they're 28.5 per game. KJ, you're on the screen, so you can talk.
I
didn't see it come back.
Oh, yeah,
So
I pulled up their listing for the team stats for the league. They have them. I don't know what I think it's yards allowed per game is I guess the primary metric by which they grade them, or at least that's the first one that it delineates to when you go to just the team defensive leaders for the league. And then when you pop up in that window, it actually shows them being in the sixth position, but it's the numerical tracking is by yards, I think, allowed per game.
Where does 28.5 points per game put them?
If you organize and sort by that, they are 2, 4. They're number 6 from the bottom, I guess.
But see, KJ, I get it. I get it when you look
How are you 5th overall, but yet you're 28th overall in points against? Please. How does that happen?
Yeah, how do you?
When you have an offense that turns the ball over in their own field, their own side, and the other.
But that's a dramatic difference, though.
Yeah, that's right.
Josh Allen's fumble right before halftime. The defense looked great when they held them to 0 yards, but all they had to do was kick the field goal right before half, and points on the board.
Yeah, and here's the deal. When they rank defenses like that, yeah, I get the total yards and everything. The Bears outgained the Rams, so they lost the game. You know what I mean?
They lost the game because of coaching. That should have been 19-17 in regulation in the ball game.
Right. But
all they would have done on that last drive is kick the field goal, and this 19-17 in the regulation.
The difference, I think, and I don't know, KJ, you could probably look this up, but I bet that Buffalo's points per game, I bet they've ranked pretty low in most of Josh Allen's years. If you can look that up. But, to me, that's the only stat that matters. If defensively you're giving up almost 29 points a game,
that was always the metric everybody used to determine who had the best defenses. Right. And I know that the four best defenses statistically were all in the playoffs last week. I think Houston was the top 4, Denver, New England, and is it Seattle?
No,
Seattle.
Points per game, Buffalo's number 4.
So defense definitely still plays. I still say if the Bears draft defense, we're going to be in good shape moving forward.
Right. What'd you say, KJ?
I said the Bills are number 4 in terms of points offensively per game.
What about
defense? Can't see my shirt.
28.3. So.
Yeah. KJ loves that shirt, Jay.
KJ, did you see my shirt?
I did.
Can you read it?
What's it say?
Back to back, champions.
Yeah.
I heard your UFL comment earlier, and I had to say, KJ got to see my shirt. I see you don't have yours on.
Well, I got to rep the show, so.
Oh man.
So yeah, when it comes to Buffalo, I think the best move that you can make is get an offensive coach in there. And honest to God, rather than get Mike Tomlin, even though I think he's a better coach than Mike McCarthy, Mike McCarthy's an offensive guy. And he had Dallas 12-5 3 years in a row. And Dallas kicked him the curb. Well, that's fine, but they didn't have Josh Allen either.
That's true.
Josh Allen, they need to get Josh Allen to the point, and this is obviously to Ed's point, later in the season and even in some earlier games, Josh Allen made some dumb mistakes. Would you agree, Ed?
Yes.
Yes. Is that because, he's trying to do too much? Is it because he doesn't have faith in his guys? Whatever it is. Those things have to get corrected. And here's one thing that I think holds true as to why you see teams with defensive coaches that they're just bad. If they start bad, they're bad. A defensive coach fixes it in the offseason. An offensive coach fixes it now.
Right.
An offensive coach can fix it now. A defensive coach, he's thinking about defense. He doesn't really know how to fix the quarterback right now. And I don't have, I just think that holds true. And I just, as a Buffalo fan, if I were you, I'm not telling you how to think, but I'm from the outside looking in, that if I was a fan, I would be like, find me an offensive guy that is going to unlock, Josh Allen even more, that understands what type of receivers we need, that fits, that best fits him. And you'll roll.
I agree with everything you're saying. And the O-line around him where he's not running for his life all the time will help too.
Yeah. The Bears fixed the offensive line and cut Caleb Williams sacks by 60 to 65%.
Right.
That's
to your
huge.
point, Josh Allen, he thinks he has to put the team on his shoulders, and sometimes he does, and has to carry them, and that's a problem. I agree with
I'm
you.
just shocked they haven't gotten him better wide receiver weapons. That's what I can't wrap my head around. They've got, a top 2 or 3 quarterback in the league, and I think everybody can kind of agree with that, even though he's made some big mistakes in the past.
I already saw it, Ed.
Well, I tell you, I was looking here to find out about Keon Coleman and the Bills and that, and evidently the owner's caught in a lie, saying that the GM didn't want him, because there's video of the GM saying before the draft or after the draft, he said, "I went to bed that night saying it's Keon unless someone else blows us away," being said on the video. "Barring someone offers us something stupid, we'll take Keon Coleman." And then it says, when he found out he ran a 4.56, he goes, "I'm glad he ran that. It'll help us get him." So the Bills owner there is lying a little bit.
That was also mentioned in the shows, that they had the video of him saying that Keon Coleman was the guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's not.
So
video last.
I will say, I think there's some truth to the Buffalo's woes being almost similar to the Texans when you look at the wide receiving core they've had, and just injuries being a very redundant problem. That's just my personal observation through the season that I've seen. But receivers get injured on every team, but I think there's a percentage of occurrence that's maybe a little heightened with those two squads versus other teams in the league. So
I think quarterback and running back we're good at. I think Davis is a good running back, and Cook is an excellent running back. I don't think we're hurting a quarterback or running back.
You guys are kind of like the Bears in one spot. You definitely need an edge rusher, in my opinion, and you brought Bosa in hoping, but
his
his best days are behind him, unfortunately.
Right, that's right.
I think.
Well, Jay, it was nice to put a face with a name finally.
Yeah, now when I see your name
I've
up
been reading
there,
your comments for months, but it was nice to finally get to see your face. So we'll definitely have you on again, but again, for essence of time, so we get out of here before the wee hours of the morning, we probably better move on.
Well, I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the show.
Any parting shots for Jay before we drop him off?
Jay, I hope you get everything you dream of for the Bills, just as long as it doesn't allow them to win a Super Bowl before the Bears. That's all I care about.
I feel the same way about Chicago.
Jay's been pulling for our Bears just like I've been pulling for his Bills. We'll talk throughout the game, and Jay knows when I'm pissed. I'm like, now it's just not the
time. I thought he didn't watch that game. Who was it, Brett, that you played that you said
Green
I'm not
Bay.
in the mood to talk? It was Green Bay game, that's right. And they come back and I said, "Damn, you got to play 60 minutes." And I said, "Tell me you watched the end of that game," because he left the bar he was watching it at. And I'm like, "Tell me you watched the end of that damn game." And he's like, "Yeah, I watched it."
You
Just
know,
recently,
Jay,
you got to pay to play 60 minutes.
Jay, I made this just for you. I'm going to play it for you one more time.
Okay.
Oh, I can't see it.
Superman graphic.
What's that old song, Jay? I got that feeling Buffalo's going to the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah. Hey, the guys
Yeah,
at work tease me because every year in February, I'll say, Bill's going to Super Bowl this year, and I've been saying it for 6 years. They's like, eventually you're going to be right. And I said, hell, I hope I am.
Yeah,
There you go, Jay.
hopefully Josh Allen doesn't do a Jim Kelly when you make it and go out and get plastered the night before the game.
Yeah.
That would be great if he did.
According to Chad, you've got a brand new 5-year window.
Yeah, got a new lease on life, dude.
That's right.
New
Embrace
coach,
it.
new 5-year window. That's right. I ain't got a new coach yet, but we will.
Having that Stallion shirt on, Jay, you might want to tune in tomorrow night. If they come out with the schedule like they say they're going to, we're probably going to have a little pop-up show tomorrow night and talk about the schedule. So, we figured we got to be on the cutting edge tomorrow. So when you guys have a game on Easter, Mother's Day, and they're all noon games, we can listen to you guys for an hour bitching about the schedule.
Hey, if we have another Mother's Day game this year, they gonna kick me out the show again if we have another Mother's Day.
Hey, hell, me and Brett was talking about keeping him out of jail. He's wanting me to go to Louisville fly, and I don't fly. And I'm like, hell, I ain't going to Louisville with you. I'll get put in jail. All these stories you done told me.
If the Battlehawks play in Louisville this year, I am there, man, because a couple distilleries and a winery added to the football game. Very good 3-day weekend. So
it's actually St. Louis's turn to come to Birmingham. If they come to Birmingham, you coming in?
I'm going to try to, because a couple years ago I was all set to go to Birmingham, and what in the hell was it, Brett? Something happened.
Jason went Jason.
Oh, that's what it was. That's another topic for another day. So, anyway, Jay, thanks for coming on. We'll have
appreciate y'all having me. I really do.
Especially
good having you on, Jay.
Especially when
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
All righty. Thanks, Jay.
Appreciate you.
Roll Tide, baby. Roll
Love the
Tide.
show. Hey, Brett, War Eagle, don't talk about saving the rest of the show.
I've already met my quota.
I already met
All
my
right,
quota.
Eric, we got to hit this one. Can Jared Steinem get the Denver Broncos to the Super Bowl?
Well, you can't even pronounce his name, so
It's
no,
Stidham.
I don't think he can.
Stidham.
Here's Stidham.
That's how little everybody knows about
Whatever.
Here's the deal.
All I got to say is Derek May better have his head on a swivel, because Sean Payton is going to have Bounty 2, and he's going to be looking for the great equalizer to get to New England's backup 2 as quick as possible. So
That you're probably, what you touched on there is probably right, Ed. The only hope, I think, and I heard this today, it was on Rich Eisen's show. God, I can't now. Of course, the guy's name was talking on there, and he said, if Jarrett Stidham and Drake May play the best games that they can, Denver wins this game. And I was like, this guy hasn't started a game in 3 years, and Drake May is probably going to finish runner-up in the MVP. That's a little bold, but I think the biggest key to this game is going to be the fact that Drake May doesn't hang on to the ball very well. Can Denver get to him? Can Denver force those fumbles? Can Denver run one back for an extra 7? Can they pressure him? Can they get him out of sorts? That, to me, is the only shot Denver has, guys. Period. End of story. Because New England's defense is a lot better than I think it got credit for. And I think Stidham's going to really struggle. It's going to fall, and maybe I'm wrong, it's going to fall 100% on the Denver defense, period. End of story.
Yeah. I mean, unless the New England offense comes in there, or the New England defense comes in and goes, "Oh, what is this? It's a backup quarterback. We can take this. No, this won't be a problem." And then you get blindsided. You get Jerry Schrader, and then you're screwed. They better come in looking to play. And from what I know about Vrabel, he's not going to let that happen.
Right. Yeah.
Vrabel will Belichick the hell out of this. He'll have, by the end of the week, by game time, he'll have Jared Stidham being the greatest quarterback since Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, that's a fact.
This game could be a 9-6 football game. I mean, it could be the biggest snoozer. I'm gonna have trouble staying awake the whole game if this goes the way I think it's gonna go.
Well, since you said that, it's going to be 45-6. New England run away with it and score a whole bunch of points.
And you can see the line. We have it at 5.5, but I want to say it was at 2.5 early out until Bo Nix announced that he was hurt. Then it shot up to 5.5. It may even be higher than that by the end of the week. But I just don't see how they do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe Denver, Stidham has this Nick Foles moment. I don't know. But
yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I mean, if Nick Foles is it, then what are you going to do?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how you pick against the Patriots. I'm not saying Denver can't win, but I don't know how you pick against the Patriots in this situation.
Yeah.
So
Nick Foles or Jeff Hostetler with the Giants.
Right.
But I just don't those teams had real good physical running games. I'm with Ed. I think it's going to be a snoozer, but I think New England is going to pistol whip Denver.
Yeah. I think so too. Oh, I didn't look at them all, Ed, but I love this next one. I love that you put this next one up there, Ed. And you know what? I'm going to let you answer this one, Ed. I'm going to let you answer this one because this is your quarterback. This is the guy that,
That's his goal, dude.
This is your guy. Like, tell me that your quarterback is going to be in the Super Bowl for another team the year after you let him go. We're waiting.
I'm texting my next guest, but
well,
the only thing I will say is, please, if there was ever a dying wish, I shouldn't say dying wish because I almost did die.
Yeah, let's be careful. Be careful.
Let's be careful how I word this. So, if I could have 3 wishes, I would be willing to burn one wish that Sam Darnold pulls the biggest choke job you've ever seen.
Wow. You're going to waste a wish on that.
He gets sacked 12 times. He breaks 3 fingers but tries to play through it. He gets so many concussions he can't even remember the game 2 years from now. You guys, I know, you guys will never let me live it down, ever. If it was just the fact that Sam Darnold, as a football player, won the Super Bowl, God love him. He got away from the Jets
and the Panthers.
And he finally got to enjoy a Super Bowl victory. God love him.
Sweet baby Darnold.
But the thought of the 3 of you ding-dongs giving me shit about Sam Darnold for the next 15 years.
Whoa.
You guys don't know how hard I'm going to be.
Listen.
I can already see him holding the trophy. I'm telling you, I've got the pose down.
MVP?
I got this
He's going to Disney World?
I got this special coin from a guy last year at the championship game. No, it wasn't at the championship game. It was in Nashville or Memphis. I'm going to be rubbing this thing so hard.
I don't know if you got the memo, Ed, but that guy's retired.
Yeah. And here's what you do.
No.
This is
You
the
know
part
as well as I do, KJ. By the time the season gets here, you're going to be 100% in. Right, Brett.
No.
Hey, as the gamblers say, all in.
But
I
Ed,
don't even
Yeah,
gamble
you
that
guys-
way. I definitely ain't gonna treat my football like that when it's what I want.
You guys, once he's wearing his gambler's hat, you guys have got to take a screenshot and send it to me.
oh
Okay?
yeah,
Yeah,
trust me, and we will. But Ed,
he's all in.
you 100% asked for whatever you get
Yep.
for Sam Darnold. And it goes all the way back. Remember the show that we did where we were reporting live on all the moves that were happening? Half breaking news. I can go clear back to that show when we were throwing quarterback names. And then all of a sudden, guess what? Here comes Sam Darnold to the Minnesota Vikings.
Frickin' Darnold.
And you coined the term Sam frickin' Darnold. And then, Chad, what happened? Minnesota started winning with Sam frickin' Darnold. And every single freaking week on this show,
Multiple
how did he
times.
start it off? Multiple times. Sam Darnold posing
Sam Darnold.
as Jesus,
Yep.
leading Minnesota to the promised land, and all of a sudden he was in like a fat kid with a food truck.
Yep.
And
I
we
just
had to
kept
hear
telling
about
him-
it every single week.
And I just kept telling him every single week, it's coming, Ed. It's coming. Him choking and letting you down is coming, and it's going to hit hard every week. And not this week, not this
Not
week.
this week. Oh, Sam
And then
Darnold.
week 18 came along, and Ed got kicked in the nuts.
My next guest is texting me saying, "Don't believe a freaking word they're saying."
Well,
We have, it's all on tape.
Look, Jay even says, I remember.
Yes.
Jay remembers. Yeah. So just know your ass wrote check, or you wrote checks that your ass is now going to have to cash. Just understand that.
Yep.
Just understand that.
Because I tell you what,
I'm still
in
sold
Ed's
on the
defense,
rookie. I'm
Ed's
still
defense,
sold on the rookie contract.
Okay. 9.
He isn't the reason they won, but he's not the reason they didn't lose because of him. So
What?
Yeah, no,
Well,
listen.
no,
they
last
sacked
week,
him like
Sam
yeah.
Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Yeah.
Last week, he's not the reason they won that game, but he sure wasn't the reason they lost.
So there we got him back. There he is.
Hey, somebody needs to load that early schedule leak that I just sent to y'all. That KJ, that is hilarious. Rapoli has got a sense of humor.
Well,
Did he do what I had said? Did he give you the Mother's Day and the Easter?
All 5 of our games are set for Sunday at 11 a.m. Dude's got a sense of humor. I gotta give him credit. Some of the Stallions fans my phone started beeping. I'm like, let me see what's going on.
So can you imagine if tomorrow the real schedule comes out and that's what it is? Holy smokes. So before we get into the conference championship games and give our official predictions, let's bring on our next guest. Eric, are you going to do it so you don't keep doing the exact?
Yeah, I'll do it while I get this downloaded for Brett. Let's bring on Big Mike. Big Mike, what's up, bud?
Big Mike.
You had
What's up?
what's up?
Try
And you
turning
can
your
hear
phone
us?
the other
You can hear
direction.
us all?
What's up, guys?
Hey, he can hear us. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Can you
Good.
flip your
Yeah, I can hear you.
phone the other way?
Yeah, turn your phone sideways so we can see all of you instead of just your half your head.
There you
There
go.
you go.
There we got it.
He's pulling a J. You gotta take it easy on Jay because that's that Alabama internet, man. We can't help that.
Your internet is terrible.
How you doing tonight, Mike?
Now, I just want to say one thing about that championship game. I don't care what anybody says. Beck choked. They had a chance to win that game.
I truly thought that last drive they were going to pull it out.
I did too. Quite honest.
I just kept saying, give it to 10, give it to 10, give it to 10. I figured it was
When
going
the
to
close,
be one
when they
big
got close to
play.
the end, I said, give him a chance, give him a chance. And then he choked.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Indiana, when Mendoza ran that in and made it 24-14 at that time or whatever it was, I thought that's the nail in the coffin. Like, that's it. It's over. And Miami comes right down and scores. I was like, and then held Indiana to that field goal. I thought, uh-oh, this is how Miami wins it right here. And they moved the ball. They got to midfield quickly. And I thought, uh-oh, things are starting to tighten up on Indiana sideline. Asses are puckering. And Beck throws the interception. It was anticlimactic. And my Hoosiers won the national championship.
That just sounds so dirty.
Go Hoosiers.
I'll tell you what.
Hoosiers!
I tell you what.
That bus with 3 games to go in the season. Get out of here.
I tell you what, that touchdown run will be played forever. Mendoza's touchdown run. That thing will be played just like Tommy Frazier's touchdown run against Miami.
Yeah.
That's going to be played all the time.
Without question. That solidified him as the Heisman winner. No question.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an effort. 100%.
He's only going to get away with. He's only going to get away with crying.
That big old bruise on his arm for that dive in zone.
What's that, Mike? What'd you say, Mike? Can you hear me?
When Mendoza dove in the end zone,
Yeah.
he put his arm over like this. Why hit him with a helmet, put a big old bruise on him. Yeah, I can hear you.
He's a tough kid. I mean, I'll give him that. I mean, that kid plays with all heart, and he's. I mean, Chad, you'll appreciate this statement. Mendoza is almost too wholesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's weird, and then he's going to go to the Raiders. I mean,
like not even a fit, right?
Yeah, Mark Davis was there on the sideline watching it all. I was just like, oh man, you got the creepy hair guy here watching you. This is going to happen. You're going to the Raiders. Baby. You better be ready for this.
Yeah, like I was just like
someone on the radio said that the way he acts and the way he talks, they guarantee that he makes the animal crackers fight before he eats them.
Well, when the biggest story is about him saying, "Let's effing go," I'm like, that's the biggest story we got. Like, oh, we can't believe he said that. Oh man, the dude is. I mean, I'm guessing the Raiders are already talking to him. Like, there's already because I've heard this today. So, Big Mike, tell me what you think about this. Obviously, there's a coaching reset in Baltimore. Somebody floated this today. What if Baltimore says, and I don't agree with this, somebody just threw this out there. What if Baltimore sends Lamar Jackson to the Raiders for a first-round pick and Max Crosby? Would you do that if you're the Raiders? Big Mike froze.
First thing I'd ask them what they've been smoking.
Well, the reason I say that is because, if you were going to do that in the first place, why fire Harbaugh, get rid of Lamar Jackson? Trade Lamar Jackson. You don't have to get rid of Harbaugh then, because clearly Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh were not on the same page toward the end. But yeah, they just floated that out there, and I'm like, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But would you do that if you were the Raiders?
No.
No faith in Lamar? Lamar's somewhat of a proven commodity. Mendoza's not. We've seen plenty of guys with the hype that Mendoza has coming out of college, and they don't amount to much, except for Sam Darnold, right, Ed?
Yeah.
The trophy up.
I just made my pick, boys.
I mean, my response is to that trade question is, does Lamar make the Raiders a playoff team? No, it does not make it does not make the Raiders a playoff team.
No.
And the last thing you want, I think, from the way it sounds, is you don't want a malcontent Lamar Jackson, because he won't make your life easy.
Right.
And if you ship him off there and he's not happy and they're not making the playoffs,
right,
that's he's gonna make your life a living hell. He's gonna get hurt like he did a couple of years ago when his contract was in limbo and he didn't play the last 5 or 6 games of the year, and then they missed the playoffs. Everybody knows he could have played.
Here's also the fly in the ointment of that. He's got 2 years left on his deal. He's going to want that third bag. If the Raiders are building around him and you got to give him that third bag, it makes it very difficult to build around him.
I don't think Lamar Jackson is like Hall of Fame great. That's just
I don't either.
But he's still a franchise quarterback, and you don't go trading them away, even if it's, especially for an aging excellent pass rusher. And Max Crosby is an excellent pass rusher, but he's what, 30?
Is he 30, KJ?
The only thing.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. The only thing Lamar Jackson in my eyes has going for him is he's a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
I
will give Lamar Jackson credit. I'll give him credit for the fact that, early on in his career, what was the biggest knock on Lamar Jackson? Mobile quarterback with accuracy issues, right?
28.
Right.
He's 28. Okay, so he's 20. He'll be 30 when his contract's up. He was a mobile quarterback with accuracy issues. Well, he has fixed the accuracy issues. And I would say that was probably the easiest thing. I would say that's probably the easiest thing for a quarterback to fix.
Is accuracy?
Yes.
Wow.
Because there's certain intangibles that you can't teach.
I'd say
If you're mobile or not, you're mobile or not. You can't teach Matthew Stafford to be mobile. Footwork can be worked out.
Right.
But accuracy can be worked out. It's creating more of those plays like in the screen game, slants. Accuracy can be worked out that way. But it's the ability to make throws. They use this with Caleb Williams even now, and he's only been in the league 2 years, obviously. he has the ability to make throws that there's not two quarterbacks in the NFL that can make the throw. Lamar Jackson has shown signs of that. He really has, and he's gotten better and better at that. Well, those are things that you really can't teach. Those are instinctual. The instinctual things of the quarterback position, along with his legs, I think Lamar Jackson has a lot of those instinctual things. But how many times, Brett, have we said this on the show? Where does Derrick Henry go in their big games?
They quit handing him the ball. Like they quit giving him the ball. Yeah.
Okay. Is that a Lamar Jackson problem, or is that a coaching problem?
It's got to be a coaching problem. I mean,
I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah. I mean, I think it was 2 years ago. Did they lose in the first round 2 years ago?
Yeah. I can't remember to who, but, Henry had close to 2,000 yards just behind Saquon Barkley, and hell, they didn't hardly give it to him in that game either.
Yeah. But the thing of it is, Lamar Jackson just stands in the pocket. They don't roll him out. They don't get him outside the pocket to let him make a decision. They're just a lot of dropbacks, and not handing the ball off to Henry and doing those things. So is that Lamar Jackson's fault?
No.
I mean, that's my biggest question. And when we critique these players and for what they are, look at Sean McVay. Why the hell were the Rams not running the ball more than they were until the fourth quarter? McVay even said that. He goes, I screwed up. We should have been running the ball way earlier than we were.
At least he owned it.
Right. Well, the one knock I have on John Harbaugh is, has he ever really owned anything and said, that's not on Lamar, that's on us? Maybe he has. I haven't heard it.
No, I don't recall. And there's been, as much as I like Harbaugh and I thought he did a good job in Baltimore, I mean, I think it was definitely time. There was something missing. It was just something missing.
I can't put it all on Lamar's feet for winning or losing.
No.
But
it didn't take long to get another job.
No. There's no question about that. What was he? 18 years at the Ravens.
Something like that. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Tomlin was 19 in Pittsburgh. And here's the deal.
Yep.
Go ahead, Mike. Yeah, he was 18, and he was 18 with.
Left, be honest. But I knew as soon as he said he was leaving, that means they got to replace a coach and a quarterback. Because Aaron Rodgers only went there for Tomlin.
Well, he hasn't officially retired. In fact, there was a report out on Monday that said he is strongly considering coming back depending on the hire that Pittsburgh makes.
He said he had fun playing ball this year. It's the first time he had fun in 3 or 4 years. But, like you said, it's going to all depend on, who Pittsburgh hires. And they're not going to plan their next hire around a 41, 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers that has no more than one more year left in him.
Right.
So, who knows whether Aaron's going to like to hire or not.
But unfortunately, it's the off season now, so all you're going to get on Aaron Rodgers is if he's really married or not, or whether that's fake.
Right, or he's on political shows or whatever he's on. I mean,
out in the Swiss Alps or something like that,
doing a sweat lodge or whatever the hell he does.
So I think we need to get to our pick segment and let's start talking about these 2 conference championship games.
All right. This is where Big Mike shines. First game. Oh, just to remind everybody, I'm the big dog. Don't want anybody to forget that.
God, how do y'all let Eric take the lead on this? Because he never.
There you go, Brett.
He never shuts up about it if he's in the lead. Oh my God!
Game.
Yeah, I just remember when I won it last year, I was humble the whole year.
Yeah.
Don't realize when the playoffs started, I said the two teams are going to be in the Super Bowl, and they're both still here.
I had the Rams. I had the Rams in New England.
I had Seattle and Houston. I can't believe I hitched my wagon to Stroud.
Yeah, right.
Stroud is just, Houston's got such a good defense, but Stroud is horrible. He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a damn boat. I'm thinking, how did you make it to the NFL?
KJ, are you going to let him talk about your guy like that?
It's true.
I'm not a Buckeye alum, but he fell apart. I was literally texting my buddies during the game. I was like, this is looking like deja vu, Matt Schaub all over again, except on an expedited scale. To put it blunt.
How can you have the what we'll call it the freshman year that he had? How can you have the freshman year in the NFL that CJ Stroud had and then end up here? It makes no sense to me.
I mean, he had the natural sophomore slump, but when he started the year out, he was doing better. His annual QBR stats reflect that, even despite these horrible last two games of the season for the Texans. But I mean, it is weird that it would go down so drastically. You know, I could see the one game, first round of the playoffs. Okay, you discount yourself, you don't come in mentally prepped, whatever. But for as much, I don't know. He's not a person like reeks moxie per se, but he has a vibrato about him that just makes you think this guy can level his own heading, right, and recorrect himself mentally, or you would get that vibe from how you see him carry himself. And he just, I don't know what it's like. He gripped onto the same crap from Pittsburgh and literally willingly brought it into New England. I don't understand it.
Those last two games, I don't see how D'Amico Ryans and the Houston franchise as a whole can overcome that. If I'm a GM or I'm D'Amico or I'm the owner and I'm sitting there looking at all the pieces we have in place on defense, top two defense, and we've got some guys here and there, I'm absolutely trying to find me a quarterback because Stroud is not it.
Wow.
Those were two epically bad games. And again, I was pulling for Houston, but I mean, my goodness. Look, Stroud made Rex Grossman look like Joe Montana. And we all, as Bears fans, we remember Rex Grossman. I don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're dialing up a Sam Darnold situation here.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets shipped off someplace, and then they go 14-3. Oh, Ed, you all right there, bud? He's saying prayers, and leads the team to number one seed, possibly going to the Super Bowl.
Buddy.
Hey,
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is if Superman wants to come a little further south where it's nice and warm, I'm sure we would happily receive him.
Go ahead, Big Mike. Oh,
I got a big question for Ed.
All right, what is it?
That old Minnesota team that had Sam Darnold on it, right? Right now, he's sitting with one win better in Seattle and one game closer to the Super Bowl. They got rid of more PA there. Spend the money.
You know what I was going to tell you, Mike?
Still love you.
You know what I was going to say, Mike? I got a phone call today, and it was Embroider the Occasion calling me Tell me your shirt was ready for pickup. Now I almost feel like I'm going to tell him to keep the damn thing.
You got to be nice till you get the shirt, Mike. Then you can just let it go, man. You got to be nice till you get the shirt.
Yeah, you got to quit saying stuff like that because Ed goes like this and he rubs off another quarter inch of hair.
He just sits there and just rubs it off.
Yeah, there was another eighth of an inch right there.
To double back on the question at hand, I would say this, Brett. Given any other typical year where your backup doesn't play much of any, I would not question their choice to keep him in their second half, give him the chance to rebound. And I mean, I would argue in the first one or two series, he at least took better care of the ball, even if necessarily points didn't come from every single run down the field. That being said, this year was a bit of an anomaly for the Texans because you had Davis Mills come in midway through the year when Stroud was injured, and he literally led them on a 4-game win streak, I believe. And they weren't just like he played game manager and he did the QB2. No, he led game-winning drives to win games. You can argue the volatility or the competitive difficulty of the opponents we were playing for those games. That aside, he led game-winning drives to win games. So even Davis Mills has some factor of a clutch element that I would say should have been more greatly acknowledged in that kind of pivotal moment in the second round of the playoffs. But
I wondered that myself. I mean, I'm familiar with D'Amico. He played at Bama, was an All-American, fantastic linebacker. Most people don't remember this, but when D'Amico came to Alabama, he was pretty much deaf. I mean, he only had like 20 or 30% hearing in one ear. A fantastic kid, had a great pro career, but he's so nice. And I was wondering this weekend, just watching this debacle, because Stroud, I'm thinking, is D'Amico too nice a guy?
Right.
To not, I mean, we all know, each coach has their own temperament, but we could probably think of a handful at least that would have not have continued putting up with that this weekend, 2 weeks in a row, that they would have pulled him and put the other guy in.
But don't you think, Brett, that D'Amico Ryans, he was not – if he would have pulled Stroud and put Mills in there, doesn't that really signal the end of C.J. Stroud in Houston?
Yeah, it absolutely does. And I wonder, again, that's why I said, was he scared to do it?
Yes, I think
when you hear the coaches come out afterwards and they say, "Oh, Stroud's our man. I love Stroud. I was no way I was going to take him out." Then you have a whole locker room of other players that want to win the game are saying, "Well, don't you love us?"
Yeah. We didn't stand a chance with this guy, and the poor defense played their hearts out. But
you love one guy, but what about the rest of the team?
Yeah.
So, he was clearly, if faces tell the story, his face told the story that he had totally lost his confidence, period.
Yeah, 100%.
And so at halftime, they had to pull the trigger. I was 100% with KJ at halftime. They needed to pull him, and they didn't do it.
It was such a bad. I don't see how you put Humpty Dumpty back together again. It was just so. It was inept at best.
Well, who's if they don't ship him off and get rid of him, who gets sacrificed? The quarterback coach, the OC,
right?
I mean, who's somebody's got to get axed for it.
Yeah.
And chances are it's not going to be the athlete. So
this is third year, right? What has he got? 1 year left on his rookie contract?
Oh, yeah, question.
Yeah, and they'll have what do they got? Was he first round draft pick?
Oh no, you're right, 4. Yeah, he was a first round pick. He was like the second overall pick.
Yeah, but don't they get like a fifth?
They get a 5th year option.
Yeah, option. The team does.
Yep.
I'd have optioned his ass somewhere else if I was D'Amico.
Yeah, he clearly doesn't have it. Okay, the pick. New England 16-3 is currently a 5.5 point favorite at
Hey, got
Denver.
a question
Yep.
for Brett.
Question for Brett. Shoot.
Go ahead.
My question is, did they learn anything by putting Alabama in there with 3 losses?
Oh, man. Why's he got to bring this up, right, Brett?
Well,
What time is it?
Yeah, I know. It's like 10
yeah, it's gonna take forever.
Everybody grab their shot glass.
Here it comes.
The only team I would have put in over Bama in that situation, and look, I know it's my team, would have been Notre Dame. But I mean, Notre Dame once again, they didn't beat anybody. I mean, look, I like Notre Dame. It's tough for me to feel sorry for them with their schedule. And the best 2 teams they played, they lost to. But that being said, I don't think we're going to have to worry about Alabama being in there anytime soon in the next few years. So,
I'm trying to hit fists with you, KJ. Okay, who's going first on this pick?
I'm gonna let our guest guy, Big Mike, who you got in this New England Denver matchup in Denver Sunday at 2:00.
New England by 44.
New England by 24.
That's specific.
Big Mike's got New England. I am taking New England. I think it just leans too much on the Denver defense. KJ?
Yeah, I'll go Denver just to see if I can pull off this miracle tie. What the hell?
It's gonna fall apart.
Chad?
They ain't got the guy there in offense.
I agree.
Yeah. Chad?
Well,
The captain ain't there.
in the spirit of Earl Morrill, Vince Ferragamo, I can't do it. Give me New England.
Give me New England. Brett?
yeah, New England big.
All right. Looks like Henry's got New England. Big Mike by 24. Marty's got Denver by 3.
Who'd Ed
And
take?
Jay's got the Pats. Ed, who you got? I'm assuming New England.
Derek May, keep your head on a swivel. Sean Payton's cronies are coming in Bounty Bowl 2. They're going for the great equalizer early in that game to get Derek May out of the game. Mark my words, whether it's a roughing the passer penalty, late hit, you name it.
Well,
Sean Payton is going to show his why he got a 1-year suspension back in the day.
well, I tell you what, as long as they're going after Derek May and not Drake May, it's going to
Yes.
the New England should be okay.
Oh God! That's how upset I still am over the situation.
Brett, I hate to say it, but I think Jay's comments making your case for you on the whole Alabama versus Auburn rivalry.
But anyway,
Well, it's not really a rivalry until the other team starts beating.
Oh, geez. We're not getting into that. Next game. LA Rams. Go ahead,
did
Ed.
I even make a pick?
Yeah, I was assuming New England because you were saying they wanted to hurt Derek May, and
I was
played for the
ready to
Cubs
say,
back in the
what
day.
really is a Patriot?
Oh, God.
Yeah, give me New England.
All right, next game. Rams 14-5 at Seattle 15-3. Seattle is currently a 2.5 point favorite. They're not even getting the 3. And I saw some statistics on this game. This game is like they're within a point in the 2 games they've played. They're within 1 offensive yard of the 2 games they've played. I mean, it is surprising how close these teams are. So, Big Mike, who you got in this game? Rams, Seattle.
Seattle wins off of defense. Just for Ed.
This for Ed.
Oh, God.
KJ, Rams or Seattle?
You know, I was going to play for the tie here, but honestly, I can't stand Hollywood cronies. Bradford's had a great rebound in his holistic career, but I'm sick of seeing the freaking metaphoric LA Dodgers of the NFL continue to win crap. So I'm going to go for Seattle for sure.
Ed? Go ahead. Take Seattle, bud.
I am taking the Rams, and I am going to be rooting hard for the Rams, even though I don't like them and I normally wouldn't root for them. They have to save me years of turmoil, please.
Years of endless hazing.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Chad?
This has all been fun teasing Ed, but give me the Rams. I'm just a believer in Sam Darnolding himself, and I just got to believe the Rams are going to win this game. I don't think Sam Darnold will be able to help himself.
As much as I, would like the Rams to win and say, the Bears are right there, I am so pulling for Seattle in this game. And when I look back at the other two games, Sam Darnold did not Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold played big for Seattle. So if there is a God, you didn't help me out in the Bears game, can you please help me out and just get Seattle into the Super Bowl? Give me the Sea Chickens. Brett?
Sam Darnold will be practicing holding up trophies this weekend. He will be holding up the AFC trophy. What's the name of the trophy? I can't remember. That's right. Well, it don't really matter because Seattle big.
Seattle big. Henry's got the Rams. Hawks. Jay's got the Seahawks. Marty also has the Seattle Seahawks. So
Brett picked Seattle, so they're not going to win for sure.
Brett's been right half the time this year.
Hey, I went 4-1 last week.
Yeah.
So did I.
I mean, he's 95 and 95, baby.
Hey,
that's like
4-1. If Houston would have had a quarterback, I would have been 5-0.
You know what, Brett? Here's the deal. You're probably going to split in these games.
Yeah.
Look,
you're probably going to split.
If Seattle and New England gets to the Super Bowl, I called it.
Yeah, you did. I had the Rams and New England in the Super Bowl. But here's the deal. The Rams, I mean, listen, I get the conditions were adverse in Chicago. But here's my reasoning for this. The Rams did not drop a pass. Roma Dunze dropped a winning touchdown on the first drive, and we dropped 8 more passes after that. Yep. The Rams did not have a single penalty in that game. The Bears had 4 or 5, I believe. They had to play a perfect game to go into Chicago and beat them in overtime, and Chicago made multiple mistakes. The Rams have not necessarily been playing the greatest of football.
No.
And Seattle looks like, I mean, they are ready to go. So
yep.
I guess for me, that was my deciding factor as to what the teams look like, with Seattle's dismantling of the 49ers and, the Rams having to play a perfect game to beat Chicago at home. I mean, that was my deciding factor. So, I mean, you're probably right, Big Mike. I think it's New England and Seattle in the Super Bowl. So that does it, boys. That does it for show 100.
So thanks, Big Mike. If the weather cooperates on Saturday, I'll be picking up your shirt, and I'll be getting a hold of you to get a mailing address.
All right.
Thanks a lot for coming on the show. Appreciate it. We'll have you on again sometime down the road.
It was nice to meet you in person, Big Mike, even though I feel like I know
Good
you
to meet
already.
you, Mike.
See you, Mike.
Take care, bud. Show 100's in the books, boys. Look at everybody. Just like, oh. Ed's anxiety about Sam Darnold has had him flustered for the last 45 minutes. Right, bud?
I'm worried
when
about
I say that, it's come to a fever pitch.
I mean, here, honestly, Ed, answer this question for me because you're probably on every single Minnesota Viking fan page that there is. What is the temperature on Sam Darnold in Seattle on all the Minnesota fan pages after everything that's transpired with number 9 and all that stuff? What's the temperature?
Some of them are like Chad talks about. Some are delusional, and some of them. You got your Sam Darnold faction, should have never let him go. You got your J.J. McCarthy faction that we need to give him time. And then we've got another faction that says we need to bring in a free agent quarterback and go a completely different direction. There's no one. Nobody's all on board. It's 3 different directions. So
what direction do you lean?
I lean bringing in a free agent quarterback.
I think you have to. I think you have to.
Wow.
And I think Joe Burrow's there for the taking.
I guess that makes sense, Eric. You were ready to give up on our quarterback last year.
That's
so
false.
That makes sense.
That's false.
That makes total sense.
Because I didn't give up on Justin. I can tell you how that's false because I didn't give up on Justin Fields for 3 years. So you can hang that on Brett, but you can't hang that on me.
2.25.
Well, 2.25. Yeah, 2.25. Like I was at Justin Fields at 2.25 before I started breaking plays down and seeing all the receivers he was missing. I'm like, wait a second, this guy's bad. Like he had time to throw, and this guy's bad.
Yeah, and the only thing I say is you bring in a free agent that at least puts heat on JJ to have to win the job. So
yeah, but who?
Well, the name that comes to mind right off the bat would be a Mac Jones.
Well, that's not a free agent. You got to trade for him.
Well, but whatever.
They're gonna make you pay up for that.
Well, there ain't no doubt about that.
That's the new motto of Minnesota. You didn't hear? Whatever.
Anyway, we got to wrap this up, fellas.
Yeah, it's 10:22, and who thought we weren't going to have enough content, Brett? Yeah, that was you. All right.
Well, appreciate everybody's support.
Appreciate all of our guests coming on.
Get some of you other viewers on the show down the road. Appreciate everybody that watches. If you get a chance, give us a like and a follow on our page. Appreciate all the Facebook pages that allow us to share our show on their page. Really do appreciate it. And until, I guess, tomorrow, if we get the reveal of the UFL schedule like they say they're going to, look for Brett, myself, and KJ to hop on here tomorrow night to go over it because I'm sure there's going to be some games of note that we'll want to bring out to you. But until then, Eric, take us away.
On to the next 100.
Next 100. See you guys
next week.
Peace out.
And that's the bottom line.